I'm Julian, and I want to show you how we built the coffee order system for CSI. This is what it looks like. It's a simple little form. You can add an order, fill in a name. This is what you want, and save. There we go. And you can mark it complete. Boom, it disappears, and it's there in the history of everything. There's the whole history of orders back a couple weeks. So how do we do that? It was really simple. In Formulize, when you start out, it's blank like this. And in this blank system, I'll show you what we did step by step to make it just the way it works for the CSI. So create a form. We'll call it coffee orders. And then we just need to add some questions, some elements to that. We're going to add a date box because we want to keep track of the dates behind the scenes. And when an order is filled in, we want the date to be the current date. So we'll use a special keyword for that. And there, that is one element in the form. There we go. We have a date. Let's add a name. First name. There we go. And we'll add options for the drinks and for the dairy. So here we are, some radio buttons for the type of drink. And these would be whatever you want. And if you're not doing coffee, if you're building a different kind of system, of course you can add whatever questions or whatever options you want in any part of the form. That's what makes Formulize so useful and fun, because you can do literally whatever you want. We'll add the dairy, just some example options of that. We've got milk, we've got cream, etc., whatever people would want. And we'll put in one other quick little thing that we're going to rely on for that complete button. We need to record whether the orders are completed or not, and we will have yes and no, and we will default to no. So nothing is completed, of course, until you've made the drink, and there you go. So where does that get us? We've put together a form. A little preview shows us, there we go, simple little form. But what does that look like? So on the front side of the system, here we go. We've got a simple form. We can add an order, and I'll put in me, and I'll have a latte with, well, a latte of course has milk, but anyway, there you go. Now, it's not quite the same. You might have noticed there's a couple things that we had to do to touch it up. First thing is this list, we need to make a couple changes. So we'll just change the columns that are available. We want to specify, we want the name, the drink, and the dairy to show. We also don't need this current view list that was in the corner. So if we save that and then take a look, there we go. That's a bit better. Now in the form, there's a couple things. We actually don't need the date. We're just going to keep track of that behind the scenes, and we don't need the completed yes, no, because we want to tie that into that button that you saw before. So let's change that too. We can go into the page and say, yeah, we just want those three again. We'll turn off the other two. And so there we go. Much better. Okay, and what about the complete button? How do we do that part? Well, if we look at the settings for the list, we got the coffee order form, we got the coffee orders list. If we look at the list and we add a custom button, because that's what we want a nice big complete button. So we can add a button to the list, and we will call it the complete complete button. It should say complete on it. It should be available to everybody. It should appear once on every line, and it should modify only the entry on the line where the button is. So we will add an effect when you click it. What is the effect? And the effect will be to affect the completed value, and we're going to replace it. It starts out as no. We're going to replace it with yes. So that's all that button is. It's very straightforward. No programming required. And so now if we go back to the front, there's the latte. If we hit complete, then oh, it's still there. One other thing that I need to show you, and that is how do we actually make it disappear. So we have the button, everything is there that we need, but it's still in the list. And the way we get around that is we have a feature called fundamental filters. And so the last part of the puzzle is we say on this list, we only want to see things where completed is no. And so as soon as I do that, if I go back to the front now, then, oh, it's gone. And so now if I add in another one for somebody else, maybe Joe wants a cappuccino, we'll make an order. There it is. And now we say complete and gone. So there you go. Start to finish in just a few minutes. You have a working coffee order system, and that's just a simple single form system. Of course, there are lots more complicated things you can do, more fancy things you can do when you start having multiple forms. You connect them together in interesting ways. You add permissions for different users to do different things, and so on. The sky's the limit, especially once you plug Formulize into AI. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you found it interesting. Come out to some of our demos or join us online, and we're happy to help you get started. Good luck.